Hey guys, real quick. Yeah, I like that. So, I just, wanted to put a letter out to the sweethearts. And I've been discussing, with my Bible whether I should direct the sweethearts to who they are first and then explain what they should know about themselves and settle in and know that everyone knows about. Because this was huge for me. I'm like, everybody knows? No, everybody knows. They just don't like to know it sometimes. And those of you who know it, keep it at the forefront of your mind when talking to us. And we know who you are also. So, suffice it to say, I am having trouble which way to go. So I'm going to just say what's on my mind. And we will see what comes up from there. That's what these are. These are diary pages to the woman of God in the church of 2018, and to myself, who is a woman of God in the year of 2018. And whether you like it or not, part of the church, the choir, and all the other stuff that I do. Not the choir, but you know, I sing. I sing. I like singing for Jesus when I feel like it. Okay, so number one topic. You're a sweetheart if you're still watching this and you like what you hear. You're not going to like this, but if you turn this video off after I said that, you're shy. But you're not a sweetheart, because you know how to stand up for yourself now. And you know how to back away from things that make you feel uncomfortable. Sweethearts stay in it through the uncomfortability. Do you hear me? Sweethearts stay in it through the uncomfortability, because they know something good is coming out of it. They're hopeful about people, not their talents. They're hopeful. They're hopeful based on what they know that they have inside them and what they know that they can bring to the table for someone to relax their mind and be according to their strengths and not feel slighted or someone is trying to pull on them more than they ought to. We look at the person who's troubled and we either hide and think about them all day, or we, not that crazy stuff. We don't want to see that. Not necessarily able to say that, but we can see it and we go, ugh, I don't want that. Let me find out that they have a nice part, and I want to see that, and I'm going to keep up that talent in me so that they can receive their gifts from the Holy Spirit. Or if you don't know God, if you don't know Christ, I don't know why you're on this channel, but you know, welcome. But if you are, they're sweethearts nonetheless who wonder about stuff, they just weren't brought up in the faith. But honestly, if you're a sweetheart to this degree and you don't know Jesus, honey, that's impossible. That's my opinion. It's impossible. You've at least heard of him. Because a sweetheart gets to know the purest side of Jesus Christ because she has no other place to follow into society without getting hurt. So she actually sits with Jesus a lot more than she even is ready or prepared to listen to, because she has to figure out how to angle herself for other people to succeed. You know Jesus. Just come back to Jesus at some point. Go, okay, I'm ready to serve you. She's been there. and she's done it her whole life. And she's now ready to understand him and wanting to know. She wants to know now. She doesn't want to just be a doll baby face and stay there and not know anything and keep getting hurt. She now wants educational brackets under her belt, philosophies, tactics, even from the enemy, so she can get to people who would not naturally get to know her, so that she can pull them out of the slime. And the slime being that they think that they're alone, that there is nobody there for them. And that's the person I'm talking to.
Woo! Yes.
So, number 2. Why am I talking to you? Why am I writing this letter? Got some chub I gotta work on. I think I'm having some success with this weight loss, but to me, I don't like it, but I digress. Focus. I did not want that on this letter because we're talking about you. We're not talking about my chubby arms. My lack of a better word, self-hate. Okay. So, number 2, I'm talking to you for a reason. Why? Michi, why are you talking to us? What's up? Why are you on here like this? What? Why are you trying to do this so early in the day? Well, guess what? It's not. It is 3 p.m. and I'm just getting ready. I have Bible study today with my brother, and I like to look my best for Jesus. Okay, I'm done. I like to look best for my fellow man, and for myself. And I've learned a long time ago, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And those of you who feel misunderstood, sometimes it's because God is trying to make sure that you know how he wants you to present yourself. So, sweethearts, here we go. Thank you, Lord. Okay, you are a sweetheart. You know now why you are different from other people. There are people who are sweet and kind, but when they are under attack or they are underneath someone's foot, they know how to jump off. They know how to get from under. They know how to stay themselves even in a fight. Sweetheart, you don't. And I know because I'm coming out of it. And that doesn't change who I am inside. But I do it a little less alone. And I'm trying to figure out how to get to you guys. So I'm just going to start blurting stuff out because I can tell that there's some interference. Okay? You're a sweetheart. Go back if you don't know what a sweetheart is. It's in this video. Presently, I'm talking to those who are sweethearts. Focus, Amici. You're a sweetheart, and everybody knows it. I don't care what grade you're in. I don't care who you're talking to. I don't care if they had you from their own vajayjay. Everyone knows you're sweet. Everybody, even people who can't stand you. And there's no reason for anyone to hate you. They don't like you because you're too sweet. It's because they feel bad that they can't get to the level of kindness or the sweetness that you come from. You want to share with everybody, and there's going to be people who slander you or dislike you because of that, because they want to keep the good for themselves. You do not ever make friendships with that person. Do you understand? You can like them from afar, you can smile if you feel like it, but they are not for your good because you're never going to understand them. They have to start to understand who you are. And until they have that distinct difference in their bones, they are not your friend, because you don't know how to be friendly to them, because your friendship includes exclusivity, where they are exclusively aware of your your past sacred stuff that you want others to be sharing and getting over, and they want you to keep it to yourselves and with them because that makes them feel precious or that makes them feel prioritized. You are not friends. You might be relatives, but you're not friends. Okay, so hurts. The biggest secret out there is that you think that you have to explain that you're a sweet person to everybody. That's a trick from the enemy. It is. It took me forever. I'm 30 years after birth. And I feel like there is an age where the Lord requires a sweetheart to know who they are and not transgress into some cavities of the enemy to make themselves holy and to do the best they can for themselves at some point. And I've arrived at that point exactly. And you guys are peacemakers, okay? If someone asks you something or you don't have an answer or you're annoyed that you don't and you want to go find something for someone else, just say, I don't know. No. You don't have to make peace all over the place. And beg to differ. But if you're with God and you want what God has for you, you want your faith to be renewed every day, God's going to break that off of you without you even knowing it, or He's going to let you be a part of the process. I'm, like it or not, a part of it and without it at the same time because I don't like feeling neglected by the Lord, but I also want to know that He's out there outside of me doing something for me. So, woo, y'all get with Jesus because y'all will know what I'm talking about, okay? You already know what I'm talking about. You are not on this video still listening to my mouth and you don't know Jesus because I am literally talking in the spirit. There's no way. I don't know. You're the most curious agnostic I've ever met. I don't think you exist. I think you want Jesus and you just don't know how to do it. So you're just not. You are now in 12 minutes and seconds and on Christian. And no, you don't need to be baptized. You just gotta be that little sweet self that you are. Christians of the Sweetheart Sobriety, drink your water, okay? Because we have a lot to talk about. I need to do my makeup. I'm gonna break this up into segments because this is real. I'm finally saying what I have to say, okay? So, get down and pray with me real quick. I want to do something real special for you because it is important that you're on here at this time. This is very cool to know that the Spirit is watching over you and over me at the same time, and we're able to commune together. So let's do this, okay? Lord, thank you for the pieces of my heart that you have put together so that I can make this video. Thank you for the promise. Thank you, Lord, for the promise. And those of us who are on this video today, let them be a part of my witness so that I may see who and where they are at. If it is your will, be done. Lord, I thank you that they are pulling forth all of the witness that they have in their being at this point, and they are putting themselves out there as their truest identity is saved. Lord, I thank you that their truest identity is perverse in your name in some degrees because they're doing it to others that don't deserve it. But there are people who have learned to be able to be gracious and to be repugnant of sin and things that are not of the Lord at the certain specific timings of the day. Those people are not to be worshipped, but they are to be revered as holy. And I ask you, Lord, that they are made in yourself. If it is your will, be done. I thank you for the goodness that is thereof. I thank you for the witness that has partaked in their spirit. I thank you that they are ever, ever, ever bountiful, enduring with your name's sake. In the name of Jesus, we thank you for this prism of warfare, because this indicates that we are on track. This is the moment. These are the moments we are waiting for. The moments where people find their truest selves in the middle of battle, with the truest people in the name of Jesus. In the name of battle of holies, you are governed well, my child, my son, my sister, my father, my mother, my Jew, my brother in Christ, my Galilean. You are the one I'm talking to. Your Father in heaven is so proud of you, my dear. And I want you to know that He has you in the palm of His hands. My hands are sweating. Lord, thank you for being the promise. For being the promise. Thank you for being the promise. Lord, wipe their slate clean. May they be full of bountiful blessings. And we ask all these things in the name of Jesus, if it is your will, be done. Amen. I don't know what that was, y'all, but it was not from me. Whew, y'all. That was cool. And I tried to get intercepted by the enemy, and I caught that shit like that. Yeah. Because I ain't just no sweetheart. I'm the bomb. And yes, you can do all this too. This is not something special I just did. This is what it calls for when you have the sweets that they stink. Your sweets stink because they're so sweet. They're aromatic. They make people want to wash up and clean up and do the best they can, and they still can't front on you because you got that shit on lock. And some of y'all are scared to even use a curse word. I believe in you, and I know you can do it, but there's going to be times where you get stumped and you're going to want to say shit. That hurt. Ouch. Be okay with that. They're not curse words. To curse, the definition of curse, and a word that is, let's see, curse is like a word, is something that troubles the spirit or removes blessing. There we go. Back away, enemy. Word is just something that declares death, life, or indifference, or makes no sense, like a muddle, okay? And I want you to look up these definitions yourself, because that means something to you in particular. For me, I've got enough know-how, and God knows I love to do words with Him, so I don't have to worry about stuff like this. In a place of fortitude, and I have finally understood what religious periods come up for the know-it-all, the know-how Christian who's in the sweetheart snatch hold. So you're gonna have to snatch hold of your blessings and then counterattack, get away. Snatch hold, counterattack, get away. Okay? This is gonna be something that you war with daily if you don't get it today, because it's something that needs to happen. And it's okay to say, shit, I messed up. Oh God, forgive me. Okay, let's try again. Just live. You don't have to do what I'm saying. Snatch hold, quick, do it again. This is for those of you who are dealing with mental illness issues. This is the war that's trying to happen with you. You saw that? That was a ritualistic thing I was telling you about. I don't want you guys to have to go through that. I want you to know how, whether you like it or not, that is something that could happen. But just know that you're just a part of you're becoming one with yourself still. You're not tethering smoothly like one or two of us on this video. Some of you, the reason you're on this video is because you feel like you're jagged and you're tethered out in wrong parts and you don't know how to do this, sweetheart. You don't know how to be smooth yet. And I struggle with it. As you can see, sometimes I have techniques on how to work outside of the Lord to kind of get myself grappled back in the way that I like, but He has me encompassed in Him, His way, and it's silly to some, and that makes me feel very provoked because I want to be so grown up, but my grown up is youthful. My grown up is a youthful joy, and that exists. And some of you don't have parents who are in that same right in the Holy Ghost, so they're taking their enemy plots. And I want you to understand, the more you stand out as a sweetheart, the more you provoke them into chaos. So you need to stand back and let God do His story with you, because He may be pulling you outside of the womb a little faster than others. Okay? I didn't make it out. Like, I should have left. I should have left home, and I didn't. I was terrified. I was in so much chaos at home, though, that I prisoned myself in some type of cavity with friends around me who kept me safe. Some of you were knocked out of the house on your face flat, and some of you were removed at your own desire, and I'm grateful for every single step that took place. Come in. Okay. Don't worry, it'll be alright. Okay, so I've been hiding all day because my sweetheart stuff is kicking me in the ass. First and foremost, curse and curse word are not the same thing. Sorry. Curse word is something that we designed for words that we don't want to hear that often, who make people feel without Christ or banned from the, I guess, from what we call a walk in fortitude of Christ, of Christianese. Now, people don't want to hear Christianese all day. People who you can't even witness to if you have religious spirits on you to the degree that you can't hear because of the repugnance you have for people who may still have Jesus. They have to reach different people. And those things work to shed the light of Christ on something that's in someone rather than you. If I'm a Christian and I've done everything as forthright as possible and I've gotten it down to a T and I'm not in relationship with anybody, I'm just with me, yeah, that's totally, I think it's possible, but you're not dealing with other people. It's just you and him. But when you're married, or when you're with a group of followers, or a group of other people who follow Jesus, is what I mean by followers, or you're one of these YouTube, Instagram sensations, and God has elevated you to a place of promise where He's letting people highlight you again and again. There are going to be people who want to prism you in a lifestyle, and that is not yours to define yourself with. I'm talking to sweethearts. Do not define yourself by the origination of someone's mindset on how self, because you are not going to go into chaos because of me. So I bind that, snatch it out from the root in the name of Jesus. That will be for your demise. And I seal this in the blood because I needed this sealed for myself. And I want to look back on this and know that I did something godly, because I got to get out of it. I got to get out of here. I can't be in the middle of switchblades. I can't. I got to do my makeup, y'all. Okay. So, sweethearts, everyone knows you're sweet. Second of all, everyone knows that you are counted on for a lot of things. Some people don't want you to know that they're counting on you, and some people do. The person who wants you to keep all of your stuff exclusive and either sell it, almost didn't sell it on the black market. No, I'm just kidding. Sell it or put it on secretbenefits.com, or that, by the way, that's sugar babies, which I've been hearing about lately. So I actually have decided to start witnessing to people who are on there. Whatever. The other thing is, I just want you guys to know that I'm just trying to get this letter out, and this is nuts. Nuts. Cuss words and curse are two different things. That's all I'm trying to say. Look it up, get the witness for yourself. So when I'm using a word like shit or whatever gangster lean I pull out, because I noticed that a lot of people who are okay with me being a sweetheart, but they curse. If I cursed, they did. So I'm going to stop using the word curse. It's not a curse word. Shit is poop. I guess some of you guys just be like, oh, poop, that sucks. You can try that. See what works for you. There is a natural spot for you, my dear, and it's just for you. It's not mine. What I'm saying is you get to try this stuff out. I want you to practice something. Say, no, I don't want to. Yeah, I think that's okay, but let me think on it. Wow, really? Well, I didn't know that. But I think I was getting up there somewhere with that topic, so let me make my own decision, and let me make my own decision. I'll try that later, but right now I want to do this. Come on, don't be mad because I have my own opinion. I'm not selling you short. I just don't know what you want from me. Try those. Try them. Look in the mirror. Say, Mom, can I try these with you? I wanna try to say these and see someone's face looking at me when I say them, because these are not peacemaker times. You are a peacemaker. You want to do it in every individuality that you have. Come in. You can just
wondering
when
or if you got his message, and if you're planning to go tonight.
Yes, that's why I'm up. I didn't get his message, but I'm up.
So it's different tonight. They're meeting at Hoo-Hot at 6.
Hoo-Ha?
Hoo-Hot.
Oh, it's like
Mongolian
yay!
grill.
Is that where he took me? I think so. Yeah, it was in Swamico, I think.
No, this isn't in Swamico. This is in Green Bay.
Okay, it might have been there. I don't know. Where's the church at? That church. Is it in Green Bay?
His church?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, then it was in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, this is it's a, what do you call it? Mongolian barbecue.
Yeah, he took me to one. Yeah. It has a big slab circle. You get your food, and then you put it there, and they dump it on there. Yeah. So he took me there.
So they're meeting there at 6, and then going to do the Bible study at the dough shop.
Okay.
So you're gonna go?
Yeah, I'm getting my makeup on now. Trying to get my face on. Yeah. I got really sad this morning, and I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's on my safety plan. So, yeah. Yeah, so, say what's on your mind, be okay with who you are, stand up for yourself when you need to, be courageous in your faith because no one has the same one that you do. Everyone has their own, but you happen to be somebody waiting for a time where you can peacemake with everyone, and that's your main goal in life, for people to know that you're nice and you're sweet and you want to do the best for everybody. If you're married, focus on your husband. Just do what I'm saying. Focus on your husband. Don't focus on all the people that you want to save out there and be friends with right now, because not everybody's for your good, and you don't have to do that right now. God is actually making it a purpose for you to understand that. And if you don't get it because you are His, He's going to get you out of here. So, like right now I'm being tested. The door's open. I want to do all this stuff in private, and the Lord's like, it's time to share your stuff. Don't be shy. Don't cower before the enemy, because you're comprised of a holiness that I want people to get out of this situation. So, I'm being pressed for time to get ready, first of all, but also not be shy that I have gifts. And you guys, like, I don't know if you know, but like my daughter's not even with me right now. The other one, I can't even talk about that. And today I tried to be a part of myself in a way that just wasn't covered in the spirit, and I had to go lay down and get with God and rest. Some sweethearts, you guys have even tried to like kill yourself, and I know what that's like. I've had 2 attacks this year, 2 major ones. The other ones were much less, but I can talk about those some other time. Just know that like this is your year to waste all that mess in your spirit the hard way or the easy way. That's up to you and your rights in heaven, and you can do this. But I remember someone telling me, everyone knows you're sweet. I needed that. I hope that helps you. Everyone knows that you're sweet. Everyone knows that you're nice. Everyone, even the people who are pretending that they don't know what you are, and they try to jab at you things about your personality, like, well, if someone asked you about this, what would they say? Like, don't go there, because people change their minds about stuff when they need an angle, and that stuff is not your warfare. That's not your warfare. You don't care about people that much, I promise you, because if you did, you would no longer try to make peace. You'd try to starve yourself out in a hole somewhere until you could get yourself back into your personality. That's just the way you're made, okay? So don't let anyone get you in that conversation. Well, does so-and-so think that about? Don't go there. That's a hole for the enemy to play with by himself. That's not your hole. The other thing is, care less for people who care for you too much, because what happens is your perspective is going to change the longer you're with them. You need to be at a place where you can be alone for certain periods of time, just to stagger off in thought and make decisions that you want to make for yourself. And that is mean to you right now, but it's not mean to me anymore. So it does change, and that's going to make sense. Yes.
Dinner is $15. Everyone pays their own.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
I can actually do that. So, what else? Yeah, sweetheart. You're amazing. And I want you to be that amazing. Stay calm and don't forget who you're made for. And pray about the people surrounding you, that they are in the image of God that they're supposed to be in. and that they get to know the awesome you, not whatever clouded judgments that the horrible devil has made. You want the Lord to shine on you the way He's supposed to. You want to be helpful, but you do have to slow things down. So, this video is not made to make anyone mad. This video is not determining who's a sweetheart or not. It's just telling you what some traits are for you to know the indicators in your spirit. If you are watching this to this degree, honey, you are a sweetheart, okay? You are. Don't let nobody tell you different, not even me. You're a sweetheart. There's no way for you to watch what I just did just now and not be a sweetheart. I'm proud of you. That's just it. And I don't determine who's a sweetheart. I have my thoughts, but the facts are I stated what a sweetheart is, and I did some stuff in the video for those of you who are not to get off this video, and you guys stayed. So I don't care what no one tells you. I know you're a sweetheart. I know you're kind. I know you're sweet. I know that you care about everybody. I know that you want to be so a part of everybody's business, and I know that you want to be so much more than there is to give right now. And if you're married, just focus on your spouse and your family. Focus on your husband a lot more than you have, because all that love you have to give, it's for him right now. It's for him, period, but it'll work out for you and everyone else of him. So my video right now, I'm focusing on my marriage, because this is stuff that I want to look back on when I'm feeling duped by the enemy, or he's trying to steal my joy, and I can go back and go, okay, I'm a sweetheart. Okay, that's what she looks like. Okay, we're just dealing right now, and God makes ways for us to get out of having to deal with stuff again and again, and it'll get better. And just put my makeup on and pull out my safety plan. And actually, I didn't have to. It was I just did it. But pull out my safety plan and just rejoice with the Lord. Go to Bible study. And be cool. Not someone else's cool. Just be cool. Relax. Relax. And know that everything's gonna be alright. Alright, I'm gonna go. Peace. Right on time. Mom?
Yeah?
I just want to apologize today. I got skittish because I didn't want to offend you in the kitchen, so I went to bed. And then I kind of cloaked it with, like, just feeling sad and just still didn't tell you the truth when you came in the room. So I am sorry if I offended you this morning.
In
And,
the kitchen?
just like wearing the head thing on my head or the basket
Oh.
thing on my head, and like I could tell you had a lot of stuff to do and I just couldn't keep up. So I just stayed in my room today and went to
Oh.
sleep so I would stay like out of like your like territory and like the spaces and how you wanted stuff because I couldn't figure it out today. So I'm apologizing because that's not the best way to handle it, but it's the safest way for me when I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took a constructive sleep, but it was hiding. Yeah. So
No, I wasn't looking to get anything done other than to try to figure out what's going on with all this. And
yeah, you just seem to have a little more of an edge today. And maybe it's just you trying to figure out what's going on with all of this. Yeah, and it just comes off like that.
I just don't understand when this fear is going to be turned over to the only one that can handle this. And it's not you.
Yeah,
It is God. And
it is.
Sitting and watching movies and worrying about how your hair looks and all that stuff. You are a beautiful woman, and you're getting so caught up in this self-image.
I guess.
Not being the image that God has made you.
And see, that makes sense if you see it like that. But I guess I wish she'd just ask me why I'm doing the stuff I'm doing. Because it's not that I don't see myself beautiful. It's not that I see myself lesser. It's that my sensitivity to people is just higher than the normal person. I discern everybody all day long. And there are practical things that we can take care of so that we stop looking outside of ourselves for everything. And they sound silly, but that's the Lord talks to me through everything. And I have to learn how to listen to the Lord without offending my husband. And I can't go out sometimes to a Bible study with women when we were together because he wants to sit with me. So like if I can watch a movie and train my eye, because I know I read the Bible. I read it today. I read it every day. I have to now take that stuff into the practical world, into my daily life, which may be in a house all day, and understand the Lord's talking to me through everything, reminding me of my verses everywhere. Movies are that for me. And I'm not just watching any movie, I'm watching the movies that God told me, don't watch all this other frivolous stuff that's on the computer, on the internet, or on TV. I made a safety plan. I know it looks like the world set that up for you, but I'm using that because I don't listen to people. If I could just listen to Jesus all day, I'd do that, and I wouldn't engage with anybody. But he wants me to engage with people, and there's things I don't understand about people. I feel like an alien sometimes. I don't understand it, and it's part of my disability because I've been living on fight or flight all the time, but I'm giving all that stuff to him. He has it all. But the transformation of my heart so that I'm not scared of stuff, I can't rush that process. I have tried. That's what I did before Ben came. But then when God put another human in my ecosystem, in my house, I broke. And not a roommate, because I was able to keep up with that. With Curie, there was stuff she was doing and bossed me around the house. And I was learning how to love more and give more and don't let this stuff affect you and go pray. Take time to yourself. Say you can't. It was hard, but I did it. But she was not in my ecosystem. She wasn't my husband. When I had a husband, stuff that I had stayed on went away. And I've been grappling to keep it the whole time. And he's saying it's not for you to have anymore. I am in the secret places. I'm all over the place. I'm talking to everybody. If you're having a dysfunction with somebody, you need to go and sit with yourself with me. Go take a nap, because giving something to the Lord doesn't mean that it changes right away.
No, I get
Like,
that.
depression doesn't just go from me. Depression is a lack of trusting your awareness of anything. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety is you knowing where the wherefore is coming from. You're not aware, so you're trying, and you stay in the spirit way too long. You don't ever really do anything with people. You stay in your body. Those are manifestations of a spiritual battle. That's how I look at everything. So I go in my bunker and I try to figure out what I'm doing wrong and why I'm not getting something. Some of it he's saying it's just because I'm 30. It's not, I don't have it yet. He doesn't even want me to get it yet.
Mm-hmm.
He wants me to sit with it and know what it is, because when I come out of it, there's going to be somebody that I can help. It might be just my kids. So the movies, there's 2 movies on my safety plan. When I'm feeling crappy or I want to just extinguish myself, put them on. I happened to watch it 3 times in the last 2 days. I didn't know what that was about, but it helps. And I think about Ben, and I think about the way he's structured, and I feel better about it. I feel better about being in a house with him when I watch The Fifth Element. He's that strange to me. I love him, but he's a man. And I've just been studying with females and women and single women's classes, and I didn't really practice with men.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if we're supposed to, but I didn't. So I'm coming out of being scared of everything, and have learned how to coax myself into everything and look an extrovert, but this is the truth, and I have to, I always trust the Lord's gonna like extinguish the enemy and have you see me doing something and everything's cloaked over. You understand who I am and you know that I'm doing this with God, but it seems that I still have to have these conversations. I still have to share. Because I want all this stuff to be explained to you without me having to answer it.
In talking to you is, that there's things you had before you met Ben that you want back. And that concerns me, because that's
like what?
wishing
What
your
do
single life was back. You had a car, you had a cell phone, you had whatever it was, you had that stuff.
But I had those when we were married too. I didn't know those would go away. When you got married to Pete, your car didn't go away, did it?
But, I don't know. No, but
that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about practical, get around, do what you need to do for the family.
Right, but it just sounds like you want to be back to that single time in your life, and you die to yourself when you're married.
I don't. I just want to be able to have a car and use my license and be able to transfer my kids around and have a phone so I can schedule my appointments so someone else doesn't have to do that for me. I want to be able to be an adult.
Well, you don't have that to be an adult.
Well, that's what I used.
So much is focused on that, and Ben did not have your car towed. I don't know where you.
No, he did. And you're still getting it from Ben. You're not asking me. Okay, well, Ben, here's what happened. Ben told you that there was a sign on the street.
No, he didn't.
He told me there was a sign on the street.
Okay.
That was put there new,
okay.
And that's why my car got towed. I'm the one who parked it there.
Okay.
I parked it there because it did get towed. It did get a ticket, and I had to put it somewhere safe till we could sell it. He said when it went away that a sign was put up, and it got towed because of the sign that was newly put up. I ran on that street. When I had to run away, I went to that street. There's no sign there. When I checked on the car, or when Dad checked on the car and Sheila, they said the car's in the shop. It's the car's at the tow place. We don't know why it got towed. It looks like there may have been a ticket associated with it, but we can get it, but it's going to be this much amount of dollars. Dad was saying just let it go because it's going to be more than what it costs to get it out. The car's not even worth that much. When the car's worth like $5,000 and the ticket was like $800. So I had no other choice because I had nothing I could do to get it out.
Right.
So I had to let it go.
Yeah. Where does that say that Ben had your
Ben was supposed to be watching it. We're married. My car was parked where we decided to park it.
But why was he? What was?
There's no sign there. Why would he lie about a sign being there?
I never heard that there was a sign there.
He told me that there was a sign.
Okay,
So, I mean, unless you want to ask him for proof, he told me there was a sign. There's no sign there. So why did my car get towed? Why did my car get towed?
I don't know.
My husband should know. I'm not asking for a robber or some neighbor to. My husband, who I married, who I had the car with, who he knows I wanted to keep it. He knows I wanted to have the car, and the only reason I was selling it so we had money to put back towards the car that we paid for. Towards the car he was selling. I don't understand why my stuff doesn't seem to be as important as his. When he takes care of his stuff, he takes care of his stuff. I'm not letting go of a single season or trying to get one back. I'm saying my car means something. It's transportation. It's fundamentally a useful object for me to go to and from and do things I need to get done for the family. And a whole car just went missing and no one has an explanation for it. And I'm not asking for everyone. I'm asking for my husband, who takes care of his gear like it's Jesus. Take care of my car. That's crazy to me that is unheard of to be upset about.
But why was that car so needed when you had another car?
Because he was controlling everything. He was controlling the other vehicle. He was threatening to take it from me, and he did. Because I needed to have something just in my name, so if he did take everything from me, I'd have something to drive the kids around and myself around. The stuff he doesn't talk to you guys about.
I don't talk to him.
But I'm saying, but like you're defending him and you haven't talked to him about the details of these situations. There's more than meets the eye. He doesn't tell you everything.
No, but I'm just saying that.
That's not me wanting my single season, though. I'm just saying a car and a cell phone. When we got married in 2016.
Right.
I don't know what world maybe we came from two different backgrounds, but I've never seen someone lose contact with the outside world when they get married. I've never seen this. And as much as I prepare with the Lord, this doesn't make sense to me. And no one can change that because I wasn't brought up in the same home as him. I wasn't brought up with the same experiences. And I also had things that I had to take care of as a single mother that I considered him understanding when we got in a marriage. I'm not asking for him to make sure my nails are done every 2 weeks. I'm asking for my phone. And I didn't even want him to take care of my phone bill. I had it and he wanted to switch into a phone bill together. All of a sudden I lost control of everything. But not the cell phone, I get it. That's not comfortable for him. He wants to feel like he's got things in a certain manner. And if I don't obey him or whatever, then I don't get that phone. I get that. He said that through Nicole. He said that when Nicole was in the room with him. Because I did what he didn't want me to do, I don't deserve a phone, okay? That's his thoughts. I can't change that. But my feelings, my opinions, they do matter. And I'm not saying you have to do something about it or he does. But I still feel it and I'm still in this marriage. And if anybody wants to discount how much I'm loyal to my husband, just look at the fact that I'm here and not in North Carolina. I'm just saying, like, I think, but I'm saying, I take all that in consideration. I take all the ripples in consideration when I feel something about someone. I wonder why their tree leans the certain way it does, in what light, and why they're doing the stuff they do. And it's not for a lack of trying to be away from people or ignore people's instincts or try to be a part of something I'm not. I'm trying to stay out of the way so I can figure out what it is I want to do about this marriage. And if that means just let him take care of what he wants to, that's fine. But when I'm sharing stuff with you, those are vulnerable parts already. Like, I keep the stuff to myself, but I'm learning everyone has an opinion. No one's opinion is not going to offend somebody. And these are mine, and they're not going to change. I need my husband to take care of my things as much as he's taking care of his. That's something I'm hoping for in my marriage. And I don't feel like that's more than a worthy request. I don't feel like that's less than a worthy request. That my husband takes care of my stuff as much as his. Because I do that for him. When I couldn't take care of Rayma, she's just as precious to him. I had to trust, even though I saw him dangerous around her, that he had gotten better
And then when he wouldn't let me take her from the car, that he knew what to do to make sure she was safe. I'm trusting him. He's lied about the car. And I don't know in what detail, but a big one is saying that there was a tow sign there, and there's not. They don't put them up and then take them down. And that's a back street and an alley. Their only issue would be that there's an entrance to a farm there, but they park their own cars on that street. It doesn't make sense why he'd lie about a sign. If he hadn't lied, then I'd say, okay, it just slipped his memory. He's going through a lot too, and it went, and okay, let it go. But when he added more detail that needed to be added, like, what do you mean my car just got towed? Like, I made time to make sure we put it somewhere safe. I let you know where it was. You told me where we needed to move it a little bit so we could see it from our house. Why is my car towed? And why didn't you go and get it? I wouldn't do that to anybody. I wouldn't do that to anybody. My enemy, I wouldn't do that to. Maybe I should with my enemy, but that's my issue. The point is, Ben does a lot of self-preserving, and I can't put it past him that he did some in that conversation, and I have to let it go, but I need to be able to share it. Otherwise, I'm doing it by myself. I'm trying to heal something that I'm upset about, because I am upset about it. And if I don't share it with him, then I'm negating like an actual area that we need to connect somehow in. Even if it's, we don't need to talk about it anymore, but this is how I feel about it. Like I told you, like, I never tell Ben I'm mad until, like, I can't get out of a room and I'm screaming. But I've never been like, Ben, I'm upset with you. This is upsetting.
But then the issue.
You took 2 cars, man. Like, you don't know how. Yeah, the deeper issue is you don't treasure things that are mine as much as you treasure your own. And I'm using everything I have towards this relationship. But I still feel like I'm gearing up for battle when I'm in the relationship with Ben, because he's still, like, I needed to know when we got married that I had no decision making about anything that was mine before we came into marriage. I needed to know that. I didn't know that. I wasn't taught that. And if I was brainwashed into another thinking, that has to change. But I don't get that. I don't get that I have to explain a car being mine and it's gone because, and I wanted to make sure I had transportation just in case you took something else from me, which you did. Why am I having to explain when this man, my husband, took 2 cars away from me? Like I'm a kid. I don't get that.
Well, then I guess the first issue is not that he had the car towed. Did he lie about the sign?
He did. I looked at the street.
But there's, and I don't think it has to be proven, but did he have the car towed?
I think that he let it get towed. Let it get towed.
Leaving it parked there is not letting it get towed.
It is if you see it's gone and you don't go get it back. But when your car's
already towed.
No.
It's not stopping it from getting towed.
You check on a car.
Right, but if
my husband is not stupid. Ben is very resourceful. Go check on the car.
Listen to what you're saying. You're saying he could have prevented it from getting towed. No, he couldn't have. He could have attempted to go get it after it was towed.
Okay, do you realize that the car was eyesight from the front door?
But he doesn't sit on the front porch. And
he does though. Ben does sit. He sits in the garage. He sits on the front porch. He goes and he pervades the whole place. He even pulls his gun out and faces it through the window to see if he needs to protect the house, who he can shoot and how far. This man is thorough enough. I'm not asking for him to do nothing.
He doesn't sit and watch the vehicle 24/7.
I didn't say 24/7.
That's what I said.
But if I'm gone, I'm gone.
And he's working.
He doesn't work all day. Check it once a week. Check it once a week.
Okay, but it could have been gone. That's what I'm saying. He checked it on Monday. It could have been towed on Sunday.
Okay, so even if it was towed on Sunday, why lie about a sign being there?
I don't know. That's
an issue.
Okay,
but you're not focusing on that. You're focusing on me saying my car was towed. The fact is it was towed.
No, you're saying Ben had your car towed.
He had the second one towed.
Okay.
So
he called the tow company? We've parked out there in front, Amici. He's parked out there in front before.
No, he has not. In front of the garage? No, he has not.
He has. I've been there.
You just got a ticket.
I have.
He did it. That happened after my car got towed.
He was parking there when I was there. It's a no parking. There's a
It's
sign right there.
but it's always been a no parking.
Yes.
That's not where my car was. That's not where my car was. My car wasn't there. It wasn't where you're talking about.
Where was it?
It was all the way in the back, past the pool, on a slanted street, out in the alley.
Other car.
So wait a minute. Which car are you talking about? Because this is all isolated.
Okay.
We're cherry picking.
No.
We're cherry picking.
You're not listening.
I'm sick of Ben being defended when I'm not talking about my single life. I'm talking about my own vehicle to transfer my kids. Like, why aren't we talking about the fact that Ben was taking stuff from me and putting his hands on me? Why are we still not going there?
We can go.
But why aren't we? Why are we worried about a freaking car? And I'm sorry, I'm yelling. But like, this is the issue. Like, we're still focusing on little things here. 2 cars. I don't have 2 vehicles right now. He has my wallet right now. He has my license right now. Why does Ben get to act like that while he's healing, but I can't even be upset?
You can be.
But I know, because this isn't okay. You're going to be mad about this tomorrow, probably, because I'm yelling in your house.
Why would I be mad?
Because people get mad about stuff, and they change their mind, and that's just human nature. And I'm very upset. I'm upset.
I understand.
No, you don't understand. You hear what I'm saying. You don't understand why I'm upset. Because then you wouldn't have the questions that you have, that you don't talk to me about, that you get upset about, and you try to hope God's going to change me, but you don't sit with me and ask me. You don't understand. I just wish people would ask me. Ask me. Why are you watching Fifth Element? Don't say, what are you watching? Why are you watching Fifth Element, Amici? There's other things you need to take care of. You need to get healthy. Well, this is part of my safety plan. Today, I'm feeling really crappy. And I'm thinking about Ben. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with my marriage and how to be of service to him and get over the fact that my cars and my license and all this stuff is gone. My baby's not with me. And I'm trying to start with just love. Just ask me, Mom. Like, just ask me. No one asks me, Amici, no one asks me anything. And it doesn't help that I go hide. It doesn't. But I feel it all. I feel so much. I know when you're agitated. I feel it.
I wasn't agitated.
But you are. Somewhere you're like, why isn't this getting better?
No, I'm agitated at myself.
But you're
I
still...
don't know how to...
But that's agitated.
Go through this with you without you getting so upset.
What I'm saying is, you just said I'm not agitated, but you said I'm agitated with myself. You're agitated. You're just with yourself.
Okay.
That's still agitated. I feel that. I feel that.
Okay.
Say something. Say something to me. You have no problem sharing how you feel. Just say it. Amici, I don't know what to do to help you. I keep thinking about it, and I'm trying to shove you together with Ben, and I'm not seeing a way to do it. Because you're picking words, and you're making up this stuff in your head or in facts that aren't real. And then I can tell you, no, this is real. This is real. There's lying here. There's truth here. My car's not here. Even if I got the fact that he towed it wrong, and that's just from a hurt place. My car did get towed. He has not even apologized for the fact that he didn't try to go get it. But with his things, he has remained faithful about. I'm not seeing my husband protect me. I'm not. And he started to do a little bit by allowing me to come here when he finally started going, I need to get my wife here. Let's do this. But I feel like I'm looking at everything from a skewed vision to stay in like marriage with my husband. Like, I'm upset. And I'm sick of everybody trying to shake that off of me and not let me go through it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Feels like shit.
something that I see, and I can't say anybody's doing it flawlessly, is not letting false ideas accumulate, either with you or with Ben, because when there's not truth in the situation, then anybody can say whatever they want. And I see that in part with my mom. And like I said, it's not perfect. I know I'm not perfect when I try to hear both sides out, but that's just as much of an important thing as taking the time to heal, taking the time to embrace it, is recognizing this is the truth. You just said, I don't feel safe or protected by my husband. That is true. Nobody can take that away. Nobody can say, turn that off. That's true.
People have.
And that's what I'm saying. Anybody that's involved with this situation should keep their mouth shut if they want to tell you that that's not true. But when it comes to something, or is a situation that is not, I don't know the answers in the car situation, but what I was getting from my mom is that she just wanted to get the truth in the matter. She wasn't wanting to prove anything. She wants to say, all right, this is the truth. We can set that there, and we can move on to what's next. And so,
Our truths differ.
well, truth doesn't differ.
It
Truth is
does
truth.
though if we don't have all the facts, and I don't want
Then
him
it's not
getting
true.
mad about.
Then it's not true.
No, but see, my fact is, my husband to my face told me that there was a sign there, and my car got towed.
Yeah.
So
And
that's-
that he.
Okay, so that's
No,
true.
no, no. But what you're saying is that he didn't say that.
He didn't say that to me.
But
I
then you're
didn't know
defending him, but you didn't hear. He's not telling you everything.
Okay.
So for me, I don't argue a point about somebody if I don't have all the facts. I don't support that yet until I have more facts, and that's different.
That's
You're his
what she
mom.
just
I
said.
get that.
No,
No.
that's what-
She's
I'm
saying,
not supporting
I don't
it.
know why you're saying he told the car when he didn't.
Yeah, she doesn't understand because she doesn't have all the facts. So if you
But she's
have
upset
facts,
about it.
No, but if you have facts, present the facts. You can analyze it's true, and then mom knows it's true. Right now, you have
The
something that
point
she
is,
doesn't have.
whether it's a fact or not. I'm sorry, my car has been sold and auctioned off
Yeah.
Yep.
2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it matter? There should at least be a sorry, babe. Like, I know that I hit you and you had to flee with Rayma because it was dangerous, and I stopped walking at the car because I was dealing with depression and I wasn't paying attention to anything and trying to make sure that I was okay so I could get my family back, and the car went away. And I didn't fight for it because I didn't care about it. I didn't like it when you had it, and I just want my family together. Just say something. Don't keep lying. Don't keep...
Nobody's lying.
Ben is lying. Ben is lying. And they're small lies. I don't want him to have them. He is. My husband's lying. He tells one person he never put his hands on me. The other one he says there was never domestic violence. The other one he says Amici was the only domestic violent person. My husband's lying. And there's more.
Okay, I need to tell you the truth, and I don't know when is a safe place to tell you this.
Just tell me.
Because the day I met with Kelly was the day I was going to tell you this, and Pete
Who's
and I
Kelly?
have the same. Your therapist. When
Yeah.
you ditched me.
Yeah.
You didn't show up for therapy.
I didn't ditch you.
Okay. We
I
had an
didn't ditch
appointment
you.
together, and you didn't show.
Right. I couldn't go.
Okay. Ben did not touch you that night.
What night? What?
The night that
When
we
you
were
were
there.
there?
Yep.
He didn't throw me to the floor?
No, he didn't.
That's fact wrong.
Okay.
That's
You
not
didn't-
true. I
Why
went
was
in
that?
between you and him to get him away from you.
And Pete was right there.
Yes, and I get in between. I said, he doesn't mean it. And he put his hands on my shoulder and threw me to the floor. You didn't see that? So here's the thing. It went from seeing abuse to now this is the real issue. This is it. She doesn't think that he abused me.
No, I didn't.
She doesn't
see
think he put his hands on me. And for her to go from talking about the car to talking about, wait a minute, Mom.
Okay.
For you to go from talking about a vehicle and defending him on a car, for you to then go to the very night you were there and saying he didn't put his hands on me means that you are very, very indignant of the idea that I have felt harmed in that house.
No, that isn't.
Then why would you go from one incident where Ben is innocent to another one where he isn't guilty? Why would those two come in the same conversation?
Because you just said he hit me, and that has been coming out over and over. And Pete
I
and
never
have,
said hit. I said put his hands on me.
You just said.
I said threw me to the floor. I said physically abused me. I have never said hit.
Before all, just in this conversation about. See, this.
About what? About what? About what? Just tell me.
You said he hit me.
He said he put his hands on me.
That is why I'm telling you. This is a truth.
So let me say this. For you to hear the word hit and you to hear the word physically abuse, for you to take the minuscule details of that and say you said hit when he just threw you to the floor is crazy to me.
Okay.
Throwing to the floor is no less than hitting. No, like putting your hands on somebody like this and throwing them or hitting them is all wrong.
I am not.
So why are we dicing this up?
I am not defending. I am not.
But why are we dicing it up, Mom? Why is anyone lesser of an aggression? I never would do that.
The one thing that keeps coming up is that particular night.
No, that's the only night that you were witnessing. That's the only reason I can talk about that one.
Okay.
And I got in between you and him to stop him from putting his hands on you.
Okay.
Okay? Which you're not talking about. That shouldn't have happened. I just left the hospital the day before. He should not have put his hands on you. He should not have put Rayma outside the door. He should not have had Dad trying to get him away from you and you're like, this is all being excused.
It's not.
Then why are you looking at me like I'm trying to find the lies from the truth? The man put his hands on me. Mine's on me. And I'm not okay with it.
I'm not either.
But you're still trying to tell me what's hit and what's put hands on and what's this and what's that and what's fact and that's lie. And you're trying to find where the lie is. Whether I say, I didn't even, I watched the word hit because they asked me how he says he smacked you, hit you, this. If you look at the report, they asked me so you could get help. Nowhere in there does it say hit. Nowhere in my documentation does it say hit. But it doesn't matter. You are physically abusive. They get the same training. They go to the same anger management classes. It is not any lesser. A sin is a sin is a sin. And I commit sin and he commits sin and you, it doesn't make it lesser. Why care if it's a hit or a smack unless you care what people think about what Ben looks like? Ben needs to break out of the abuse. My husband needs to stop lying. He is not, no, I didn't hit her, Mom. I didn't abuse her.
He doesn't tell me
He says that to people in my face. He's done it in front of Nicole. Then he's admitted it. He's done it in front of the social worker. In my face. He's written it. It's an email. But see, we're all over here. The fact is, my husband should never put his hands on me. Fact or not fact.
No, he shouldn't.
There was physical abuse.
Okay.
But you're focusing on a hit.
I'm focusing on the night that you bring up.
He put his hands on me.
Okay.
When I tried to get him away from you. Fact. Whether you saw it or not, Dad saw it.
Dad did not see it. We talked about
So here's what's going on. Again. Less physical abuse. Nothing happened to Amici. Amici shouldn't be feeling the way she feels.
No,
Hey,
that is not it.
So what are we doing? What is your
that.
point you're trying to get across to me? That's what I want to know.
Hey, listen. This is what I was saying before. Is if you continue to accumulate on something that wasn't true, you have no opportunity to move forward in truth or even to heal properly because you're not seeing reality. And so this situation, like my mom is saying, I don't know. If it's true that he didn't throw you on the ground that night, that one instance, you cannot say he did it.
Well, it is not. In fact, if I went to the floor by myself, apparently,
I told you.
And my baby was outside the door, and I'm trying to get him. I came upstairs when I was out in the car, and I heard yelling, and she's like, "Give me back my stuff!" And he's doing whatever, and I hear bustling around and things knocking into each other. And I go up there, and I see him, and he's just, his eyes are like, he's not even there anymore. He's just trying to defend himself. He's like, not there. And I get in between him like he doesn't mean it, and I'm trying to push him, and he gets me like this, and he pushes me to the floor. So he can get back at whatever he's doing with I don't care who saw what. I don't care. I don't have to defend myself. But I'm sick of being in the face of people who are seeing me as self-righteous somehow because I feel betrayed by my husband.
Listen.
I don't get that.
Can I say something? All of your experiences that you described are traumatic. And I've been there for some of them.
So who fights with someone who's in trauma? I don't get that.
Listen. Because this is where it comes back to you. Helping you, okay? Not helping you because Amichi's the only issue. Helping you because...
I don't care if I'm the issue.
Okay,
I just want...
Listen. I have words I want to speak to you, okay? Are you... Okay, in this situation, we agree, this is traumatic. There are plenty of issues, okay? But if you're not willing to separate this is true, this is trauma, you're disabling yourself. You can't move forward. You're creating a false reality. I'm not saying entirely. I'm not saying entirely.
Where's the false reality, Nick? Were you there when you had to stand in between me and Ben to keep me safe? Yes or no?
Listen.
Fact or not?
Listen.
See, you're not. Are you telling mom and dad about that?
Listen.
Or is it just me telling them?
Listen.
No, seriously, Nick.
Amichi.
This stuff is hurting me.
Listen.
Apparently, I'm becoming a liar.
I know it's hurting you.
Because it looks like I'm just making stuff up, but they need to know what happened in the house when you were there.
Listen. You're preventing your healing.
How?
If you can't...
Just ask me questions and I'll talk, but no one's asking me.
Amichi, if you can't separate what's true and what's not...
Okay, so I'm lying. Is that what you're saying? Because that's all you're talking about is true and fact, but I'm asking you what your facts are and you're not sharing them, Nick.
With what? Facts with
when
what?
When you were in the house in the summer.
I've seen Ben push you to the ground.
Okay, have you told mom and dad that?
No.
They need to hear it.
Okay, that's why I'm
Because they're not believing me.
Listen.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
I know, but it's just you and me on the same page, and we just look at each other, and I need everyone to know. And I don't want them to beat Ben up. I just feel by myself. I just want them to hear it from more than just me.
It's not just you.
Just talk to mom about it. Like, let her hear it. And when Like it just came in the family 2 years ago. She needs to hear it from someone she raised. That's why you were there that summer, not just for your time with the Lord with us, but like I needed someone there. And the more it got violent, the more I knew, like, if you weren't here, I don't know what would have happened. He was taking my car keys from me. I want to talk about it. Like, some of the stuff is, like, old and it's gone, and I don't think about it. But, like, Ben is, like, he keeps trying to make it look like Amity's violent. But I know that, like, I have a level that I can't go past, and then I top out, and I get like this. And so I need a break. I need a break in the conversation. I need to go into my peace place, and I need to calm down. Because I can't think straight. And he never let me have it. He didn't. I don't even care. My car was towed, but like, I don't understand it being gone and no one's talking about it. I don't understand that, like, no one's going like, Ben, like, what the hell? What is happening in your house, Ben? Like, talk to me. From your eyes, what has happened in your house? Talk to me. Truth. We're here for you. We don't care what we hear, just talk.
And that's what I'm trying to get at.
But you're talking to me. Ben needs to know that
I talked to Ben.
He's guarded.
It's not about a car with two.
I'm letting you know the instances that you can see.
I see it. I see it. And I know.
But it's not about me wanting to be single again or not with my husband. It's the fact that the mind control system of how things go in his heart for me to be subjective to him looks a lot different than I think other people see that. My husband has been controlling with possessions. Example A, the Hyundai. Example B, the Infinity. I'm trying to explain to you that something is going on, and this is the only indication to show you outside of you being there.
I understand his
But you're staying with the details. I'm just trying to let you know, like, my husband's controlling. My husband put his hands on me. Like, it doesn't matter how he did it. I hit, a smack, a whack, a throw to the floor. They shouldn't happen.
I didn't mean, it wasn't the word that you used. It was the fact that you were saying, go here, because it's not, I'm not defending Ben as far as abuse goes or anything. What I'm saying is the things that I see you hanging on to are those particular things. And what I want to say is, get rid of that.
I can only talk about those with you because you weren't there like Nick. When I talk to Nick, I don't talk about the car necessarily. Actually, I don't talk to Nick about a lot of stuff. I keep to myself. I don't vent. Y'all talk more about this than I do with you guys. That's the honest to God truth. I keep this stuff to myself. I don't talk to anybody about it. There's no healing for me in this house when it comes to verbally talking about this. It's just safe. And I know everybody cares about me. And I have a place to sleep. And I can relax. But I don't talk to any of you guys. I don't talk to you about this. We had one, maybe two solid conversations the whole time I've been here.
Your degree of talk is a little different than mine, but I get what you're saying.
Okay, what I'm saying is I don't go, what has Ben thinking? What has Ben talking about? Have you talked to him? I don't do any of that. Mm-hmm. I don't. Because that doesn't help me.
No, it doesn't.
So I'm saying I don't ask that. I don't go, did you talk to Bennett? I can tell when you talk to him. And I make a decision. Should I say something so she knows like I'm not fully disconnected from him, or do I just let it go? And when I go, oh, you must have just talked to Ben, that's me trying to at least connect to you that I'm thinking about him. Because, it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only reason I even say that. Because I want you to at least know I'm thinking about him. That's all I do that for. I don't need to do that. I feel like shit every time I do that. I'm trying to reach out and connect to you guys as best as you can so I'm not floating around here just doing my makeup. No, I do my makeup because when I was taught with the Lord what I need to feel better about my day and know that I'm starting it, one of those things he taught me was get your makeup done and get out the house. Know that your day started. Don't just wallow around the house looking disheveled and expecting me to do something for that right now. I want you to work with me. And this is all spiritual. This, my makeup, all of it. I sit with him and I'm like, you know, like I'm moving with the Lord on all this stuff. Fifth element, I think about Jesus all day and what I can be as a wife and where I strayed and where I messed up and how much talking I need to do and how often I need to do it. And be quiet in the morning when you wake up with Ben, because he needs to be able to like relax and hear you as he seeks you, because it's too much stimulation in the morning to just start talking and jumping around. You can't do that with your husband. It's all day with me. I'm practicing how to be married every day. Down to my clothes. What clothes make me more agitated because it's too restricting, and then I'm bursting out the seams with Ben because my clothes are too tight. I'm not sensitive. I'm doing it all day. But I can't get past the abuse because I can't talk to you guys about it because I don't want to offend anybody. But you don't have to defend my husband to me. He's my husband. That never breaks away, but I'm upset. No one has to defend Ben to me. I know my husband's heart. I know he's good. He just has a very strong way of showing it. So telling me when I'm already knowing my husband's good, where I messed up or retaliated with words or broke something off, all it looks like is that there's less for me to share with you. Because I'm already defending him in my heart. I'm already there. I don't tear away from people like that. But it can't be just me talking about that there was physical stuff going on. It doesn't work. And I can't be with my parents because they don't have it with men like that. They don't even know how to forgive each other. They don't know how. They banned him from the house for 2 years. Once I told him that it was physical, until he proves that he won't put his hands on me for 2 years. I don't even know how that works in someone's head. So I can't be there. That's not a yoking thing for me. I can't keep defending my husband and healing and then not having anybody to talk to about the abuse. And that's what's going on. Then I can't even cry there. I can't do that.
I'm not asking you to do any of those things.
I know that, but I don't want you so defensive when I share any. Well, I'm not even talking to you about this abuse anymore. But I am letting you know, this stuff took place, and whether you saw it or not, which I don't understand, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason that this is happening, and I see something, and you saw something, and Dad saw something, and that's been talked about with me not around.
No, it wasn't. We haven't talked in.
But y'all spoke on it.
We did because.
And it sounds like Nick, you spoke with him on it.
I don't know if we've ever talked to Nick about it. The only time is that when I went in after we met on that Thursday, before I went in to talk to Kelly, I called Pete because I wanted to make sure my eyes saw whatever, and I'm not looking to prove who's right, who's wrong, any of that stuff. So this has not been a regular conversation about it. I just needed to know from him, did I miss something here and there? And the incident that night, I guess whatever took place, that we were, I don't want to say under the same understanding, but we had, and I didn't even approach him as to what I thought. So it was him saying something. I just wanted to clarify what was in my mind. So that's the only thing that I had to discuss with you. I'm not here to defend Ben. I am not pleased at all.
Okay, but you have yet to say anything that Ben did do. You keep going at the angle of what he didn't do, and for me, that doesn't heal things.
What am I saying? He didn't. But I'm just saying.
He didn't tow your car. He didn't. But you're not actually asking me. You're telling me something that, you weren't even there for. The car, you weren't there. I know my husband's good. When I went to the house to go pick up some stuff with Sheila when he was at work, I went on his computer and my car was up. And the design I wanted to make it in the car that was towed. I saw it. I know my husband's good. He wouldn't have a car that got towed and is gone on his computer screen if he wasn't thinking about, like, what the heck do I do about this? You don't have to defend it. That doesn't defend him for me. Just look, I'm more isolated.
I don't understand what that was.
Okay, so you're saying Ben didn't do this. Ben didn't do this. You took this out of context with Ben. Those words weren't true. That fact wasn't this. That's what I hear from you most of the time. You did it today. And for me, you can express yourself the way you need to, but just know that, like, those aren't always valid opinions to me. Those weren't what I experienced. Not always. And I have more detail because I was in the house with him day to day as a wife. And when I'm already defending, this is my husband, whom I'm well pleased with, who I want to see in my room, in my face, in my heart, again and again and again, and get through this and count no wrongs and try to not fuss about this stuff. When I hear, I'm doing that already here, and then I'm hearing you go, well, Ben didn't, so emphatically. It just feels like no one's hearing that I was abused. And I'm not saying that's a fact or not, that's a feeling, but it's still here. Everyone has an opinion. Mine's just strong. And I don't want anybody continuing to try to change my mind about stuff. That is a transformation for the heart to have when God decides to transform it. And however long it is, just know I'm not trying to impede on it. But it can't change just because we're all frustrated that I'm not over here yet.
No,
Because I'm working on that. What I'm saying is to hear what Ben didn't do every time I talk to you about Ben, or you're quiet because you don't know what to say, doesn't look like I have somebody for me as well. But I know you are. It's just Ben's your son. You know Ben's heart. You talk to him more than I do at this point. And you obviously care I wouldn't be here. But sometimes I wonder, am I only here because Ben finally said it's okay for me to be here and then you guys did it? Are y'all too scared to go against Ben if he said, no, she needs to sleep on the gravel somewhere because I'm pissed off? Would you guys not move at all? Would you guys stay in the peace zone with Ben and let me stay wherever it's off? I do think that. I don't know how to talk to you guys about that. I see moments when, like, you guys have to figure out when to talk to Ben, like, almost like you're scared to, like, ruffle his feathers. And I don't think Ben should have that much control over you guys. I can't even go there. I don't know where to even start with these conversations.
Just start, like you just did.
That sounds
I recognize that I was a coward over the summer.
It's just
I
so
recognize
rude
that
to me
I
to even come in a
was in a
family and then
place-
start talking about this type of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That's not my comfort zone.
It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable for anybody.
I just feel like he has really, like, Team Ben over here. And that's cool if it's Team Nick, Team Zach, Team Mom, Team Dad, but no, like, Ben's breaking off a lot more than just abuse with me. This has been an abusive cycle in this house with Ben. It's not an accident. I don't know how to talk to you guys about this stuff. Ben hates when I preach. I'm not trying to do that with you guys. But just like you noticed this summer, to hear you even say that, like, I didn't know when to talk to you about that stuff. Like, I knew God was breaking something off for you for that to even be there when you were there. I didn't know what, like, who am I to tell anybody about this stuff? I got my own shit. I don't want anybody thinking because I'm telling them about their stuff that I've forgotten that my shit stinks. No. But, like, Ben bullies you. He does. And he has to stop. And this is his process with everybody. And you get scared to even like call him sometimes, and I see you. Cause you're like, how do I angle this, or how do I respond? Cause I don't want to ruffle him. I don't want my baby to get out of his synchronicity.
That's not usually it. It's usually I don't want to deal with it at the time.
That's what I'm saying, but that's fear. When you kind of like hesitate on when to call him or how to respond, there's a level of fear there. There is. And I don't know where or how it looks, but no one wants to deal with an angry Ben. And I'm just structured different. Like, I want it out of him. Whatever it looks like, I want it out. I don't want him to have therapy with you. And I want his brothers to talk to him. Like, there's no reason that Zach should be called a putz and Ben enjoys saying that. I'm sorry. And I know that y'all joke about it too, but like, that's not.
So
That's red talk.
Here's
That's
the
our
hold on,
joke.
hold on,
That's
hold on.
our
hold
No,
on,
y'all
hold on.
joke. There's joking that
Hold on.
y'all do that everyone's in on, and there's joking that not everyone's in on. And Zach's not in on the putts.
No, he's not.
He's not. He's not. And that's not okay. And that's just where I come from. But I'm not purging my stuff on you. I'm just letting you know, like, when God brought me in the family, and probably before I came here, He's been working on stuff, and something's boiling to a head, and it's my husband's gonna come out of it better.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I can't fix anything because I'm just as broken.
So here's the priority. We speak truth in this house. It's not my house, but I commit myself to it's going to be truth. If somebody's hurting somebody, we need to speak the truth in it. If somebody's getting hurt, you need to speak the truth in it. And personally, I don't think you should have to withhold truth. Does that make sense? Because truth is the playing ground where anything can happen. Anything long-lasting can happen. And so, I hope that either now, later, whatever, you can feel comfortable to speak truth. I want to be comfortable to speak truth. I know Mom wants to be comfortable to speak truth.
Just know that, like, I can hear what you guys have to say, but when it's like days and days of feeling you guys hold back stuff, or I'm having to hide because it's so strong in the room that I can't even stand being around and being judged for something I can't figure out what it is, and I'm too scared to ask because I feel like it's a loaded bullet. So I'm in my room hiding, like nothing, like I'm not unaware that something's going on. I just don't know specifically what it is.
And I understand that, Amy. Too. That's what I.
But I'm saying, like, you were agitated this morning.
Because I am struggling with how to deal with this stuff. Because I don't want it to turn into this. I know how it affects
and maybe
you.
it has to.
And I don't want to see you go into a downward spiral. So I'm trying to figure out how I can approach it. Because I know I come across very strong sometimes. And you said to me that you see Ben when I speak. And I get that. We are a lot alike. And I'm trying to bite my tongue in areas to make me think about how I'm saying things, because I know my tongue, my mouth gets me in trouble. And that is the only reason why I have not said things.
Well, just know that it's still like, just like men, it's like ruminating all over you. It doesn't stop because you don't talk.
I understand that. I understand
you guys are
that.
very expressive in other ways, and like, just say it. Just say it. I have been through a lot of really mean people in my life.
Michi,
You-
but why do you
I'm not
feel
saying
like
you're mean.
No, listen, because I
What?
think this is something that you hurt yourself with. Is why do you have to know that my mom's struggling with it?
I feel it. I'm
I
not
know
knowing.
you-
It's
I know-
not that
I know-
I
I
know
know you
it.
feel
I
it.
feel it, and it's towards me, and she's trying to keep it.
It's not towards
No,
you.
you're
not
agitated with
towards you.
something involving me. That's what I
Yes.
mean by towards me. Okay, so if you think about emotion, or we think about the spirit, there is a battle going on that we don't see. Do we all attest to that?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you are dealing with something and God wants relationship to happen, if you could see the spirit realm, I'm not saying you want to, I don't even see it completely. Ben sees it a little more now, but there's a battle going on, darts are being shot at you to have you feel all this stuff that needs to be taken care of. Otherwise, the Lord wouldn't let the darts hit it. He wouldn't let them hit you. So you've got all this stuff attacking you, all these feelings, and there's another person with their own battle going on and darts being shot at them. Because you're in the same network of people, the enemy's looking for a advantageous way to create an issue here. So there's two battles going on here. They're not in the same room. There's an opportunity for war, for someone to be lost, and someone to be gained. Stuff starts to happen this way. There's now darts going here and here. I feel this and this. And if I'm lucky, sometimes I get to discern this. That's not my business anymore. I'm going to drive myself crazy if I'm looking for everybody's individual battle. But I definitely feel this sometimes. And with you, because we are interconnected, you are my mother-in-law, you are talking to Ben, Ben's a part of me, I feel it. That's what I'm saying, like, I feel this.
I understand.
So what I'm saying is just say it, because the darts are already going this way.
No, but that's where you're shooting yourself in the foot.
But no, because we're here now.
No, because you're
and
not,
this is because there's stuff
allowing,
not talked about.
No, because you're not allowing. You're weighing yourself down with that.
With what?
So it's
Darts that
happening.
aren't mine?
No,
What?
it's happening that there's agitation. It's there.
Okay.
But you're making a choice to say, Mom's agitation is going to weigh me down today. Ben's agitation is going to weigh me down.
Well,
today.
I didn't.
And I'm just going to stack up a big pile of rocks, and to the bottom of the lake I go. That's your choice.
No, my choice was made. I left and stayed in the room all day today. I didn't stay with just letting stuff hit me. No.
I know. I'm not saying you do it every day, but what you just described.
No, what I'm saying
you're
is she
stacking
has
rocks
stuff.
on yourself.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is she's holding on to a bunch of rocks, and there's
Okay.
stuff she wants to talk about.
But you're trying to take them.
No, I'm
You
saying.
don't have to take them.
But she's agitated.
Okay.
Okay,
They're her
I'm
rocks.
dealing
What
with
I'm saying, but
She has
like,
a God that's bigger than you.
I know that. So what I did was I didn't open this conversation like this. All I did was tell Mom I apologize for hiding today because I hid because I got scared because there was something going on in the kitchen and I felt it. That's all I said. And then all this came out. All her rocks came out.
Okay.
And then my rocks came out.
Okay.
I know not to take people's rocks,
Okay.
but I had an apology for her.
So
That's all this started with.
So rocks came out, but as far as a day-to-day basis, if it's just sitting there, that's up for each individual to decide.
I know that. What I'm
Her
saying
actions
is,
towards you, she has taken account to God for that.
I know that.
So if she acts disrespectful, she acts hurtful to you, she comes to God for that.
But what I'm saying is, I wasn't trying to start this conversation. All I said was, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then the conversation started.
But what you just described was that you're trying to take other people's rocks.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'd rather us not get so heightened where I'm this elevated.
Okay.
And if that means that I have to get hurt with the blows, I've done that before. I don't think I'm supposed to, but I don't know any other way.
We're not going to fight you here. I'm not going to hit you. My mom's not going to hit you. We're not going to chase you out the door. We're not going to make you sleep on the concrete. We're not going to take your baby away. You're here. We're talking to you.
That's what I'm scared of.
I
That's
know
all
that
the stuff
stuff
I'm
comes
scared
up
of.
with that. I know when it gets heightened. I've seen both you and Ben, when it gets to a certain point, it's like, it's just blinders. And it's just like, boom. All of a sudden it went from, you could see things clear, to all of a sudden like, it's just, woof, it's just smoke cloud. And I'm sure you probably see that right now when things are heightened up. So if you need time, take your time.
I take it. I'm just saying, like, I don't want people mad at me when I'm trying to do my best,
not
and
mad
I
at you.
understand that I can't avoid people being mad at me, and God keeps letting me know, like, that's the relationship. You guys get mad at each other. I need you to get used to this because you've been told no one's supposed to be mad at you, or you need to get out of the way. That's what I've been taught.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is wrong.
I know that. I'm telling
And
you what I have to
that's-
work on.
I know, and that's what I'm seeing with this. I'm trying to help you to say, you're feeling like you have to keep up with everybody's emotions in every instance is wrong. And I hope you can see it's where you're at right now, but it doesn't help you. And so let's continue to move forward to it. We can pray for each other, we can bear each other's burdens, but when I come home, I need to be in a position where I can actually minister to other people, not be, look at mom and go, oh crap, I'm weighed down. And now I'm worthless. And I can't help her. I can't help me. I can't help dad. And it happens. I mean, it happens to all of us. Sometimes I come home and it's like, your tank's not full, and you walk in and you're just like I can't do anything today. You know what I mean? But that's where we need to continue to work at, not focusing on the truth. The truth is there's hurt. The truth is we all have issues. The truth is there can be tension at moments. And there has been tension at moments. And I'm sure there's things that we have temptations to do certain things to each other living in this house. I mean, that family is sanctification ground.
I know.
Like, you know, you can live by yourself and live in La La Land all the rest of your life and not have to deal with anything. And just, you feel like you're great. And then you get into a family and it's like, oh boy, I'm not. But where I'm saying that...
I'm just saying, like, I'm okay with talking about my shit.
Yeah.
I've always been okay with talking about it.
Okay.
And I'm with a husband who doesn't want his shit to smell. And it's starting to stink. And I have more stinky shit to deal with on top of what I'm already willing to talk about with my husband, who's trying to still come out but then hide his at the same time. And I just wanted to stop. I'm okay with sharing mine. And what I'm learning is I don't need to share it with everybody. Like, Ben and I, like, I'm telling you, like, I feel there's going to be a time where he just wants to just sit and stare at me and just say everything he thinks. But I need to be ready for it. And, like, I've been praying, like, Lord, like, help me not to take records of wrong. Help me to remove the shame of being transparent. And just, and saying what's on my mind, like, calling things out. But
it comes from a place of knowing where you're at first.
I know, but I'm always looking at my plank. Like, I don't think people understand. There are people who look at their plank all day long.
I'm not saying where you're at. I'm saying there's a middle ground in which you don't have a wall up, but you're not completely exposed to cuts. Jesus walked in perfect humility to the point that he could take all the abuse that we could never take, yet
he did go through pain, though.
I know, but never lashed out at anyone.
He did.
Never acted impatient.
But he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. But he did it perfectly.
Okay.
When he was asleep and the storm was going and they were acting a fool and they had woke him up,
I still think
he was upset. He's like, why y'all scared?
He wasn't upset in that.
Yes,
he was upset in the temple.
There was two.
He was upset in the temple.
No, read it.
That's inference.
No.
In the temple, he was angry.
No.
Okay, so the point being here is there's a middle ground in which you can, anybody, but we'll just take your situation. You can come before your husband, guard down, we guard up. It's, I don't know how to describe it, where you can be in a position of, and I've heard this said before, and I think it describes it good. You don't get hurt by people, you hurt for people.
I get that.
And when you're at that position, the circumstances, I don't want to say they don't matter, but you can live in them.
Okay, but let me say this. There are different functions, different members of a body, right?
Yeah.
My member of the body could be different than yours.
Okay.
We did that little motives test. Yeah. You had more connecting, and then some of that power stuff.
The body of Christ.
And I'm talking about in Christ.
Yeah.
That stuff still is symbolic.
Yeah.
We'd have to put Jesus all over it. But what I'm saying is, I only want to make peace all day. So my engagement with people is wanting to see the softer side of everything, even if it's the roughest parts of them.
Yeah.
So when I go to people, and maybe God has to show me how to do this, and I've gotten better, but I efface myself. I open up, and I counterattack things like this. But it hurts. The process of doing that, where I take everything that person's throwing at me like this, until my body digests it, is grueling.
Yeah, and it's not some.
And I get that what I'm saying,
but it's not.
But it's not just where I'm at.
Truth.
There's level of sensitivities that different people have.
Yeah.
Mine's always been off the Richter scale, and I'm learning that he wants me to dial that back a little, but I'm doing the best I can in this flesh. The rest has to come from God. I'm not at a low sensitivity yet. I don't know if I'm supposed to be. Probably.
You don't have to be at a low sensitivity.
What I'm saying is I still feel it. And I'm like, if it's going to be felt and it's going to be knocking me upside the head, might as well just tell me what it is. Because I'm going to hide in my room. And just pray and stay quiet. And that's what I was apologizing for. Like, I did that today. And I talked to you about it. And I still did it. I was terrified of what was in there. Terrified. And that's not normal. And so I'm a little more defensive than most people, obviously, because I hide rather than engage with it if I don't know it's time to engage with it. And I couldn't understand. I didn't feel like there was an opening. You know, I already had like your kitchen thing on my hair. It was just I started off wrong if I was going to talk about anything with you at that point. So I went away. And I feel things like that. Like, oh gosh, she probably thinks my hair is dirty. Well, I washed it, but it doesn't care. It doesn't matter. Because, like, she doesn't know how clean my hair is. And I was just being silly, but I don't think she's in a silly mood. I'm just going to go to bed. And it's just, otherwise I'll ruminate over and over. And what I'm saying is, like, again, Ben does not have to have defenses up with me, and I don't have to have defenses with him, but I'm trying to skip over the damage and get to the good part. And I'm having to go through this.
I hope this doesn't come to the same, I feel like you're saying perfection type stuff.
No.
But I know one thing that my mister at church actually said. He said the first thing he says to new Christians is, you're going to get hurt.
I know that.
And
well, I know that now.
It's not a matter of all of a sudden life becomes coasting when everyone's in Christ together. It's, you know where to go. You know where to go with it. You know how to handle it. You know where to go to heal. It's not a matter of, I mean, there's so many great things I look forward to with my relationship with Sabrina. I know she's going to cut me. She's going to cut me. There's going to be times when I just feel all slashed up. Like, I know what's going to happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. But what I'm going to say is, I'm going to work every single day to get to this point where when I get cut, I just let it fill in. When I get cut, I can respond in love. When I get cut, I don't take it personally.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
When we go to purity classes, when we go in our prayer with women of like and all this stuff, that's what we're praying about. That. We're not being told about the man who you don't have to divorce him or walk away or don't marry him if he looks like Ben. We're taught our men coming to Christ that they should be daily washing themselves with the word and then actually doing it with us. And even if we cut because our mouths are strong as women, that they are our battle buddies. They know how to wash that stuff off and not take it to the degree that it was taken. Like,
well, don't be convinced that what
I know that
what I'm saying
you're gonna
is
do
how I'm gonna act it out.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So what I'm
this
saying,
is the truth of it.
What I'm
and
saying,
this is where
okay.
I want to be aligned.
And maybe I almost got into delusion again because when I heard you say it, I'm like, I see you wanting to do that.
I do want to. I know Ben wants to too. I'm not
I just don't
defending
know.
him.
I don't know if my husband wants to right
He does.
now. I feel
I
like
know he does.
He wants to win,
and
he wants to take me as some type of part of his winning wins. I don't know. Like, he wants to love, but he wants to win in love. And, like, marriage isn't a win thing. I still think my husband wants to win because when I met him, I think the most exciting part was, yeah, that's my wife, but I want my wife. I've been looking for her. Like, it was still like I didn't see it, but I feel like my husband, there's a competitive streak in him. And you said that you deal with it too. That's why you dress more drab in the winter and stuff. My husband doesn't dress drab. There's a part of him that likes to be the top line. And there's a part of me that's the same way. But literally, I have discounted the beautiful marriage in my head. No one's fooled. Nobody. I don't want them fooled, but whoever didn't know, he let everyone in North Carolina know on his own. Like, I wasn't planning on telling anybody anything.
Well,
Just my
the truth
parents.
is too. Like I think I told you this a couple weeks back. Is like you guys shouldn't have any hope in each other.
Well, I know
like,
that.
at all.
But I thought there was a bottom line we wouldn't go past. And I'm sorry to hear this, but we have both went past it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to transgress a little less about talking and bearing all about my husband outside of us. And I'm trying to know who I can talk to. Like, Shannon's the only person I've spoken to outside of the family just about, like, what do I do? And I can't even talk to her that freely. It's when it's time. But, like, I don't know how to talk to you about this stuff. Because I'm, quite frankly, and, you know, excuse me if it's rude, but I'm just tired of you defending him. He's already in my heart. I don't need him defended that much. If you want to talk about us and our relationship, or Michi, like, I know you told me don't do anything, but I don't know what to do, and I like to fix things, and this is not, I don't know where to go. So I can just tell you, like, stop trying, because you're getting agitated. You're just, and it's
But
not.
I don't need you to tell me that.
But
I
I'm
take
saying,
that to the Lord, and
I
that's
know,
what I was doing today.
But what I'm saying is, it's still.
I'm sorry if it affects you, but that's not
I just
a
think
burden I need to share with you or to put on anybody else, because it's no one else's to bear.
I get it. What I'm saying is, when I'm praying too, like, the one thing God has been teaching me is that I can pray all day with Him, and I can sit in my room and be to myself and soak up His word and get my peace. But if I'm not talking to anybody else, I might as well be like Enoch and just disappear from here, because I'm not in a relationship. And He keeps pushing me out.
But that's your thing. That's not my thing. I don't feel Him weighing on me to be in a relationship today. Today was my day to sit and to struggle.
Well, if I'll speak from my perspective, she usually tries to get away from all the commotion. So you're both coming from two different places.
Because I stay in my nest.
You're getting a nudge to get out. She's getting a nudge where she can never find time. I don't know. You can speak the truth for yourself, but oftentimes I see moms struggling to say no, and I'm just going to go in my room and read a book.
Well, here's my thing. I'm not trying to connect with you that way. So when I'm so scared that whatever you have to say and you're feeling isn't going away, and I feel disconnected from you to the point where I don't even know what's outside my door, for me, I feel like the Lord's nudging me out of my nest. I don't know what that looks like, but what I'm saying is, if it's ever so much that you can't come to a close with your day with it, and you don't know what to do with it, and it involves me, and you feel like it's something you need to talk about it with somebody.
I will.
I'm just saying,
as Nick, I don't have a problem blasting people, but I've learned that I have to watch my mouth and what I say until I am clear as to how I need to express it.
Right, and so maybe that was it. Like, you can practice with me because I'm the most sensitive person in the world.
I know that, and that's why I don't want to share with you.
But I'm saying that's the best practice. I'm understanding, and I'm the most sensitive. I know that you're doing your best to get whatever out that doesn't need to be with me and whatever you need to share. I understand that.
But what I'm struggling with is, how do I bring across things that I see you struggling with as a wife, as a mother? Some of the things that I've struggled with my mouth ruining my relationship, and come across to you without making it seem like I'm defending Ben, because that is not what I am doing. Whether you believe it or not, that is not.
It's just the words. The words come off that way.
I've seen her beat Ben before. So
I know that, and I've heard her like support him, and then when he starts going like, "Tell her what I told you to tell her," and then she just turns off. Like, who the hell are you talking to? So I've seen it. I'm not saying you're sold out to Ben, but I'm saying a lot of people in this house are scared how to engage with him
And that's our that's our issue.
But it's
That's
not
for
just
you
Shaw's
to
issue.
fix.
I'm married to him.
Right. But
We're
that's
one
not-
flesh. I feel that.
I
I get entangled in that.
Yeah.
So I'm from his wild speaks family.
But that's not for you to fix.
I'm not trying to fix it. See, when I talk, it sounds like I'm trying to be perfect. I'm trying to fix something. I'm just sharing.
But you're saying that I see that as abuse. There's been abuse in this
I
family.
see
blah, blah,
it.
blah.
That doesn't mean I'm doing something about it. I'm just telling you I see it. I'm stating my facts. I'm practicing sharing. This is what y'all want. You want me dealing.
Yeah, but we just started with
I'm just saying I'm not.
wanting her to share.
No, I said you can share it with me. Like if you really feel led to, I'm practicing that.
Okay, what if she doesn't want to?
Then she not to.
Okay.
But that's
So
why I'm
to
not
me,
sure.
that's
That's
fine.
what she said.
But I'm not. But what I'm saying is, when I'm sharing, you can do this. For some reason, people naturally go that you don't have to be perfect, or well, I don't want to do that. And it's like you didn't have to be that emphatic about it. I was just telling you there's an opening here. It's just a plate.
Yeah.
You don't have to fill it. I'm not telling you you have to fill this plate. Like that's not what I said. I don't. It's not just you. Like this keeps happening. When I talk, all of a sudden I'm demanding things. I haven't asked Joe for one thing here.
I catch it when
I'm just.
I can actually condense what you're saying, because I know personally I get. I'm sure you're probably. It's the word generator is all like saying one thing, and if I don't like compact it all together, I'm like, that's exactly what you're saying. You're saying it's perfect. You're saying you're trying to fix it. You're saying,
No.
but it does. Yeah, I know. I
No.
just there's definitely a miscommunication there, and
I'm just
That's
avid about my words, like they're action words, but I'm not. I didn't say I'm getting up, I'm doing something, I'm calling Ben, I'm fixing this, I'm not doing anything.
Mhm.
I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. I don't want anybody to do anything for me. If I could just heal and be like, okay, let's get back together. Fine, I'll go into that house you want me to go into. I can control my emotions and I won't throw up and we'll be fine. I would have done it like a few months ago, but I can't. Because
But
I'm
I
not
don't know that
controlling
that's ever
anything.
gonna ever
But
happen.
see, but I'm not telling you that it will. I'm saying if I could,
Mhm.
I would. See, and what you heard was she's trying to figure out when that time's gonna come. I didn't say that.
Okay, so
So
what is healing
my
then?
my words are getting translated wrong to
Yeah.
both of you,
yeah.
So what is healing?
and
then?
that's huge.
So what is healing?
So yeah,
then
let's
to you?
start there. Let's
What is
Healing
healing
for
look
me?
like to you?
part.
Healing is whatever day-to-day basis. To me, that looks like a time where I have rest and peace in my heart about whatever situation that is presented to me, or whatever triggers come up that usually would shake me down. They don't anymore in reference to my husband and whatever else God shows me. That's it.
I think that's a false fantasy.
Well, I've seen miracles, so that's a miracle for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Because he does it. He trains me, actually. I'll go through something, and I'll have a trigger with Ben about something that happened in the house. And he'll actually go, do you register the fear? Like, I'll start getting shook up, or I'll start sweating. And he's like, we're not there yet. You're still reflecting on it. There will be a day where you don't so much.
But the
Or
day
you
is not.
I said there will be a day.
Yeah.
A day. That could be 10 years from now.
That could be in eternity.
I'm saying, but I'm not dictating the day.
Yeah.
But
See,
you're
that
saying
you guys
that's
are
healing, though.
thinking that is part of healing.
Right, but I'm asking you to me that's saying that's when I can go back.
No, I didn't say anything about going back.
Okay, that's
See,
what I'm
y'all
saying,
are
that-
hearing
So then specify.
something outside of
Specify
that.
then.
My question is, what do you consider healing
I just
or
told
being
you.
healed to go back to your marriage?
See, you didn't ask me that.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So
To go back to my marriage, that'll be when God says it's time to go back. He decides that day. He's going to make it very obvious, I believe, and it's going to be a place where I feel peace. Because peace does exist in Him. I shouldn't be going back rattling like this. Now, God likes to make examples of things like that, so because I said it, it'd be how I go back, but I would like peaceably. It's going to be when God decides it to be. And I don't know if it's going to be going back there like everyone else sees here. He could be coming here. You told me to send the letter asking for Rhema. I didn't understand because I don't want to get hurt by Ben. I don't want any more cuts from him. I don't want him to keep Rayma from me. But I sent it.
Mhm.
And I went to bed. And I'm horrified. I'm horrified if he tries to keep Rayma from me just to get at me. I'm horrified. But I can't worry. And today he's been singing the Don't Worry song to me all day. It's in my